Alright, and welcome back to another Clue Style review. I'm TJ Duckett, and today we have here the Brave Deluxe Gold Edition, Super, or Soul of Chogokin, Gaogaigar. So, yeah. We're not doing an out-of-the-box for this one, because I've actually owned this for a couple of months now, and it's been on display, so the box is actually in my storage unit downstairs. But anyways, taking a look at the figure here. Just like the regular edition, it is dead on in terms of accuracy. If you don't know about Gaogaigar, it consists of like 4 robots that turn into one. It's one of those, it's pretty exemplary of the Brave series. This is King of Braves, and they all follow a formula of robots, whether they combine or not, that fight random monsters each episode, and they normally have a kid that helps them and things like that. This one to me was my favorite just because of the aesthetic of the robot themselves, and honestly, plot wise, that's pretty much the difference between each of the Brave series. Even though they're cool, they're very formula driven in terms of storyline and stuff like that. Not a ton of plot to them, but anyways, accuracy wise, it's Guy, who combines with Galleon, which is lion. They also combine with Galadriel, which forms the legs, and Guy Liner, which is a bullet train, forms the shoulders. And this is actually included as well. It's a removable accessory, but this is Stealth Guy, and he forms a wing pack, which just clips on the back. So that's technically an accessory, but you know, we're gonna put it on now because when all of this forms together to form Gaogaigar, you rarely see him without the Gao Stealth on the back to form the wings because it's incomplete. But anyways, taking a look at the figure here, the head definitely on ball joints. The neck also on another ball joint at the chest. So lots of articulation in the neck and the head and whatnot. Great. The shoulder pieces, definitely on ball joints. The shoulder pads, the Gao liners, they are movable. So you can angle those up and whatnot if you want to help with posing. Definite bicep swivel there. Really tight, but it's there. Okay, forearm swivel as well. And then there's the elbow articulation and whatnot too. The hands are interchangeable, and I'll show you some of the extra hands that it comes with in the accessories. But they're not on ball joints. Well, they are technically on ball joints. They just don't connect at a ball joint. So, alright, the thighs here on ball joints as well. Definite swivel in the thigh. Full bend at the knee. And it is double jointed right here and right here, so great amount of articulation. On top of being just a beautiful figure, this thing is hella posable. But the feet, as you can see, lots of support from the front of the foot to the ankle. Good amount of length there. And it does have rock to it too. So full range in terms of the feet and whatnot. And these even clip up a little bit to give them some extra room, which is nice. So when it comes to posability and whatnot, yeah, this thing's a bit heavy, but at the same time, good strong joints and whatnot really, really make it a treat to actually pose around and things like that. But just so you guys can take a look at him. Okay, Galleon, the lion character, his mouth does move up and down, which is awesome. And just taking a look at him from the side. Get my hand out of the way. Let me stand him a little bit more straight up though. There we go. So taking a look at him from the side. From the back. Let me let you look at him without the Stealth Guy too. Okay. There's that. And there we go. Like I said, aesthetically, he's awesome. Dead on, show accurate, which the Soul of Chogokin is great for, especially with this King of Brave series. I'm also going to be reviewing Volfog, Shoryuken, Gekiryuken, yeah, the full lot of them. So I actually have a complete set, and yeah. But we're talking about this one now, and yeah, that's about it for the figure itself. Let's take a look at some of the accessories. Alright, and as you can see, this thing has accessories galore. We've already went over Stealth Guile, which is the more Blackbird style plane that makes up his wings. It does come with accessories for that though. I actually keep these on. He has a move called Heaven and Hell where he actually clenches both of his fists together and air vents pop up from this guy right here. I'll actually zoom into it a bit. But yeah, air vents pop up and he rushes. He boosts forward with his hands clenched together, punches into the chest of the other character, and rips out their Zonder. To give a quick explanation of what a Zonder is, the bad guys basically con human beings into getting revenge on people or things that have given them grief throughout their life, and they make them into these things called Zonders, which are actually this accessory right here. And the Zonders can actually take over any kind of metal machine or anything like that and become a big giant monster robot. Like I said, kind of a wacky show theme, but awesome at the same time. The fights definitely make up for the really, really crazy storyline. But anyways, yeah, we'll go ahead and pop out these covered vent pieces. They just pop out from the bottom here. And the open vents just peg in. Since I normally don't pose my characters from the back, I keep the open vents in while the closed vents are in the accessory bag. Now moving on, because there's a lot of stuff. I want to get through this, you know, at a decent pace. But it does come with Goldie Marg. Unfortunately, Goldie Marg, which forms the forearm of Gaogaigar, to hold this big gold, it's called the Gold Ion Hammer. It doesn't transform into the robot that it normally does, so it is in forearm mode permanently. But what's nice about this is a more expensive version, not only because of the gold, but because it comes with these items. These items, the forearm, the different hands for it, as well as the hammer, are actually for the regular Gaogaigar. It's one of the Key of Victory sets, which commands about $40, I'd say. So it's an added value into buying this toy, because it does come with an extra accessory set. Now, fist for it. We have closed fist with a peg hole for the hammer, an extremely closed fist, which can't hold anything, and an open one. Okay? So taking a look at this, I'm actually going to put Gao Stealth back on him. Okay? And what you do is you just remove it at the elbow. Simple. Okay? Now, you just peg one of the fists in here. Okay? And we just peg this in. Okay, boom. And watch out, it's pretty damn heavy, especially when it comes to the hammer. It's not like they'll pound themselves or anything like that, but they are quite hefty and can lead to some balance issues if you don't watch out. So, alright, we'll go ahead and peg the hammer in. It goes in halves like that. And there's actually a stand that you can peg into the bottom if you just want to have him holding the hammer in a, you know, just closed fist normal one. Okay? It doesn't fit exact, so you just got to play around with it. There's play in the plastic, so don't worry about, you know, stretching or anything like that. But there you go. See if we can't zoom in a little bit there so you can see how that looks. Alright. And there we go. Get him into a nice pose there. That kind of thing. Alright. So there's that part of it. Move these lights a little bit off of them because, man, they're sure sheening the hell out of his upper parts. So, alright. Even that out a bit. And yeah, just like you see on camera here, this character is extremely, extremely gold. It just is what it is. So, alright. Going on, like I said, we covered the other two hands for the Goldie Marg forearm, the big forearm. These pieces actually replace the two halves of the lion's mane so that he can do that heaven and hell hand pose. And once we go through the hands, I'll actually show you that. Alright, so the hands, standard variety of hands over here. We've got a couple that are, you know, they go between sort of open hand, fist, and really open fist, completely open hands here. This is the heaven and hell. Heaven and heaven and hell, in which he holds his hands together, as you can see there. And I'm going to actually put them by the open manes while we go over the rest of this. Two more open hands, and that Zonder I was telling you about. Now this piece is if you want to have the Zonder floating, you could actually peg it into a hand like so he doesn't have to necessarily hold it. So that'd be that. Put those away. Now, to show off the heaven and hell that I was talking about, nothing too crazy, but what we do is, first I want to go ahead and remove Goldie Marg. And sometimes that bicep does come off with it. It's a very tight joint, so yeah, but don't be afraid to just pull it off there. Alright. So okay, we've got to, let me actually bring this in some. Got to bring his regular forearm back. Peg that in. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock the figure over, of course. Alright, now we're just going to take these two lion's mane halves and they just peg into the sides. What I like about this figure is, even though it comes with a big bit of stuff, it all goes off and on pretty easy. So alright, so now we've got that. So you can actually see what's going on. Okay, there's that part. Now, like I said, he just holds his hands together, so just taking this, taking that, and now we got to get the closed hands on. So these just pull off, and as you can see, they are square pegs. Move the camera up a little bit so you can actually see. And you just got to line these up because they're not exactly square, they're like rectangle. So I just do one hand first. Got it. Then peg in the other one. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got the base of it there. I want to move that back. Okay, so we can zoom out now. And we'll actually move some of this stuff out of the way. Really is a lot of stuff, huh? Okay. And he goes in for the kill like so. And like I said, this is a very posable figure. So there's not a lot to worry about when it comes to, you know, doing that. But yeah. Then he just rushes in towards the other person. And then rips out that Zonder piece. So yeah, there you go. Alright, now, for posing him with his hammer, since the hammer is heavy, it comes with this piece right here that you could actually peg into a Tamashii stand, and it goes on to various areas of the hammer. So if you wanted to, for like, let's say, put it right there on the hammer itself, yeah, that just gives you a little bit of extra stability with that. And alright, there are the 2001 accessories that he comes with. Alright, final thoughts on this guy. Honestly, I'm a big sucker for gold and silver variants of characters. I'm primarily a Transformers collector, and I love imports and things like that. I've never gotten the opportunity to own a Lucky Draw Transformer, even though I've always wanted to. In fact, one of my, like, they call them grails, like holy grails, for Transformers wise, is a Lucky Draw Cybertron Leader Optimus Prime from the Cybertron series, of course. But yeah, I want either the gold or silver version of that. The fact is, the Transformers, which are the gold plated or silver plated, whatever the Lucky Draws come in, they're really hard to come by, and when you do, they're between $2,000 and $5,000 for the most part with the good ones. So it's nice to have a series that I like and a gold repaint or Lucky Draw style of it. You know, I love King of Braves, Gaogaigar, even though, like I said, the storyline's kind of cheesy, formulaic. It just rocks. It's a visual masterpiece. I mean, the fights are, I guess, the same a lot, it feels, but really good at the same time. Now, in terms of this toy, the toy is immaculate. Get my ruler here. I'm going to do a quick measurement. Head to toe, we're looking at about 6 inches because he's in a crouch down pose, and we've got 5 3/4 head to toe, so about 6 standing straight up. Good size figure, scales in well with the rest of the Soul of Chogokin, and not so much the Super Robot Chogokin because they have a lot of bigger combiners and things like that. But overall, a great looking figure. This deco is wonderful. The articulation on it is top notch. I mean, there's pretty much not a part of him that isn't. A good sturdy, hefty figure as well, but at the same time strong joints as well as good balance in place with things like the feet themselves and the ankle joints. Make it still just, like I said, a pleasure to pose. Anyway, this is one I definitely recommend. Most stores still have it because of the higher price. It's between $200 and $220 shipped. But definitely worth the money in my opinion, especially if you are a fan of Gaogaigar. So anyways, this has been another Kumasawa review. This is TJ Duckett. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.